pressure crashing over me. I understand you're losing patience, cause it feels like an eternity. Just think of the foreign cars and those golden stars on the sidewalk. We'll throw all the bills away, cause that shit's all paid. It's exciting. Won't you tell me, what are you thinking? Let me pick apart your mind. If you feel the way I do, tell me, won't you tell me now? Won't you tell me now? Won't you tell me now? You've been telling all your friends that I don't treat you like you think I should. But you know that, girl, I warned you that this life with me is not secure.
two tags. He is the hero. Nievny. Oh dear. Showing the back to Ambition. Oh no, he received a shot. Now he's a one shot. Oh dear. Oh dear. Nievny. Can he survive? It's the $1 million question now. Can he survive? He race. Oh my god. Oh no, he found a whoopsie! He found a no! Oh no!
Good evening, everyone. We are back in the Money Blaster final stage, the first part of the final stage, and there are only 4 teams remaining in this tournament. They are Serenity, LOCA, Immortals, and First Alliance. Tonight is going to be really fun. We're following Serenity versus First Alliance first, and then we will follow the lower bracket final, which will be the losers of the upper bracket first round fixtures. So in the studio with me is Fujit, so he will be co-commentating with me. So hello, Fujit.
Oh, we have a studio. Hello. Cool. I didn't realize we were in the studio.
Home
Awesome.
studio, you know.
It makes it sound very professionally done. Jack sat in the UK, I'm sat in my little room in Dubai. But there we go. We're in a studio. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, going off on a tangent there, but these things happen.
Yeah. Right, so we actually begin talking about the tournament format. I think at this stage you know what's going on. But for those who are new to the stream, and for those who have no idea what's going on, or maybe your first time watching the stream, so there is a group stage and there is a final stage, and we are currently in the final stage. And what kind of tournament format is it, Bridget?
In what respect? It's double elimination, best of 7, isn't it now? Best of 7 still, but it's still double elimination. So, but we are going to lose teams today. I believe.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, how many matches are there today? There aren't that many. Are
2.
there?
There are 2
There's
fixtures too. Yeah.
And it's tomorrow that we lose and get it whittled down to the top 2.
No,
final.
tomorrow we only have 1 fixture to follow, which is the
Only
upper
one
bracket final.
fixture?
Yes, so it's going to be a really short stream.
Yeah, it is. It's a long stream. And it's not like yesterday, which was like 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
Endurance. That was pretty long. It was endurance, that one. But, I mean, today is, the 23rd. So the 23rd is lower bracket round.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Yeah, it's lower bracket round. And then tomorrow is the upper bracket. And then the 25th is the lower bracket final. And then the 25th is also the grand final. So...
Yep. And I think Wargaming just announced there will be an official stream for the last day on the EU server. So stay tuned.
Yeah, but there will be. There should be. And obviously, you're not the only one streaming. I mean, it is also streaming, I believe.
Yep. Tonight, she is following the other upper bracket first round match, which will be LOCA versus Immortals.
That's right. So well, I mean, so we're watching Serenity versus First Alliance. First Alliance. Not many people expect them to be here. Let's be honest. I mean, wowzers. And if you have these things etched into your memory a lot better than me, but First Alliance got here on a wild card, did they not?
Yeah,
so kind of.
Yeah, I think they yesterday they knocked out Jones 4-3 in a tiebreaker in the grand final, but previously they lost to Jones 0-4 in the upper bracket final, so it was quite a surprise, to be honest.
I'm talking about the group stages way back. You know, the first 3 group stages, they didn't qualify in the top 16 straight off the bat, did they? Because we had these 2 spare spaces. Did they qualify in the top space?
Yeah, they qualified as a top 14 team.
It was Till who came through in MFG.
Till and MFG, yep. So
the problem is they both have a 1 in their clan tag, so confusing.
So while we kind of digress a little bit, so let's talk about the maps that are going to be played tonight. Upper bracket first round. The maps is going to be as follows. It's going to be probably a nightmare for us streamers and for you viewers tonight, because we are going to begin with Camstia, Norcamdy, My Ruins, and Naval Frontier. The first two maps being notoriously static. But that kind of changes. I mean, in the last few months. I mean, with the change in the meta as well. So we might see some mobility in these two maps, but these two maps are really slow pace. And then
you say that, but to be fair, I mean, Camp Stiller is starting to lose that moniker a little bit. I've seen the clans recently. Some of the strats they're employing are quite aggressive. They still, I mean, don't get me wrong, they still employ these. Let's not be so aggressive and let's camp at the back. Let's have 4 minutes of absolutely nothing and then sort of 3 minutes of mayhem. But there are some aggressive tactics going out there now. I'm seeing a lot of pushes. I mean, ZGS employed aggressive tactics last night. So did Jones. So did First Alliance. So there are aggressive strats out there on Camp Stiller. Normandy, well, I haven't seen that one yet in this series, to be honest with you. Other than playing it, no, but I don't think we even played it in the group stage. Did it? I can't remember.
I can't remember too.
No, yeah. I can't remember playing it in the group stage. So I haven't seen Normandy. So I haven't really seen the strats that they're going to employ. But again, I mean, considering some of the strats that we employ in Vale, then there are aggressive strats as well on Normandy. So it all depends. It all depends.
I agree with you on that. Besides, we have lower bracket first round. After the matches finished in the upper bracket first round, the maps will be Rockfield, Black Goldfield, Faust, and Yukon. So we start off with relatively mobility-oriented maps, and then we kind of end with a more armor-oriented map. So that those maps favor a bit more towards the heavy tanks. So this kind of change of pace, do you think it will benefit some of the teams here tonight?
First Alliance are quite aggressive, if I'm being honest.
Right.
I was streaming them yesterday and the day before, and they can be a little bit overly aggressive, to be fair, and it can be their own doing. But they weathered the storm yesterday, and the guy took it out for everybody out there. You need to keep your eye, if he's playing, and he should be playing, on the player called Lannister. Because what this guy does in a T100 LT is fantastic. Seriously, fantastic. And he was the thorn in everybody's side yesterday. He was the thorn in ZGS, and he was the thorn in Jones. So he's the player to keep your eye on. And there's another player, though, who normally joins up with him every now and then, which is I can come back any time. But it's Lannister you need to keep your eye on.
Right. Right. So that's something that I will be seeing soon here. I mean, we'll see whether First Alliance will be a pain on the backside of Serenity. Anyhow, this is the timeline. Money Blaster Final will be held from the 21st to the 25th. We are halfway through. The top three will get a prize pool of total prize pool of $10,000. So that's a lot for a relatively quick tournament. And I always consider this as a cup tournament rather than an official season.
I think it's been a great tournament, to be fair. It's been something different. And, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody's comfy with that month-long prove your skill. But this has been brutal. And this has been purely performance-based on the day. There's no cups, there's no easy coasting, there's no relying on your second team to carry you through. It's been brutal. And it's been, from that viewpoint, it's been very interesting to watch.
True. I mean, this is kind of the advantage of relatively short cup competitions. I mean, we have a couple of examples in sports that have these kind of, you know, brutal, short, fast-paced tournaments, and I really love to see that being organized again in the future, maybe in the summer. I think this kind of format can be further improved, but I really like the idea behind.
You know what? I don't disagree with you there. I think that's not a bad idea. Keep spring, keep autumn as they are, and use this format for maybe winter and summer. Why not?
Yeah.
In other words, Wargaming, stop tinkering with summer. Don't go back to tier 8, please, for the love of everything. Don't go back to tier 8.
No, that would be tragic. I have lost track of how many tier 8 premiums they have released already. So don't even start with that. Yeah. Right, so I mean, here is the schedule. We will begin the upper bracket first round very soon, in around 4 minutes, and then an hour and 10 minutes later will be the lower bracket first round. And on my stream, you can see the rosters. I'm not going to pronounce all their names, especially for the first alliance. I forgot to check one of the player names, the pronunciation, the CT Strasny. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
just don't try and pronounce Maguplu.
Strasny, okay.
But I can't work that one out. But Strasny is the Cyrillic type. It's
that's the. Yeah. It's not transliteration. It's just if it's just kind of looking at the shape of that Cyrillic alphabet and kind of translate that into English alphabet. So I think I forgot the term for that. I will need to do. I can't
remember the term either. Yeah, but it's Strasny. I was calling him Stras because the last part was sort of getting me confused, and then a kind Russian in my chat on the first day pointed out it's Strasny. So
okay. So I'm now in the room, and you're now in the room. We are looking at Cabstia, Serenity versus First Alliance. Interesting stuff, and. Death Star, I'm not sure if they're going to be that daring to take that tank. It's a high risk, high reward tank. If they take it, I would really want to see how they play with that.
Chances are they won't. I mean, like Psycho does like his piece. To be honest with you, he likes his heavy tanks.
Okay.
I noticed. And as you can see, Lannister is already in his T100 LT.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Seriously, he is the one to keep your eye on. And Jones worked it out in Winter Malinovka that they needed to close him down very, very quickly. And if you go back and have a look at the Joneses games on Winter Malinovka yesterday, they were chasing Lannister around the map to get him out of the game. So he is really one to look out on. Right,
so I forgot to announce the start of the guests for my Battle Pass giveaway event. So you may start guessing now. Guess the total damage done by Serenity in the third match of this fixture. So the third match, the total damage done by Serenity. You may start guessing now. Now say stop when it ends. I kind of put that already in the chat, so you will hear this. You should be hearing this announcement around 5 minutes after I type the thing in the chat. So you should have enough time. We have 10 battle passes to give away. Yeah, we have 10 battle passes to give away in this fixture, and 10 more for the lower bracket first round. This is, in collaboration with Fujit. Fujit has 10 battle passes to give away on his end, and I have 10 battle passes to give away on his end. So we combine together to give away 20 battle passes. So a lot of battle passes up for grabs. Do enter your guess right now. So going back to the lineup quickly, we have Serenity going for quintuple 60 TPs, a T100 LT, and IS7. First Alliance, double IS7, triple 60 TPs, and M60 and a T100 LT, and we go in to the first match on Campstia.
And who said it?
Right. Okay. I'm still loading into the game for some reason.
You're still loading in? Oh, I'm in.
Yeah. Oh, we're in. Yeah. No, I think you're all waiting for me to load in. That's why on this stream you're just seeing green countdown, but maybe for Fujit you might be seeing the white countdown. Well, anyway, I digress. Looking at the movement for both teams, First Alliance seemingly looking to go towards C for most of the tanks, but Serenity is spraying out a little bit. Not sure if First Alliance is going to make a big push on C already.
Well, they did a similar tactic to this yesterday, where it was all they didn't iron through C, and this is a strat that we've seen quite common actually on the CIS server. And for those of you out there who don't know, first, a lot of the players are from Russia.
Yep. Right.
Which
so
is
I mean,
perfectly legal. There is absolutely no rules about servers in this tournament.
Yep. I'm a bit worried about the First Alliance positioning here, because Serenity are in good positions to farm First Alliance. If they decide to push, they could get punished by a lot, and I mean they're already losing quite a lot of hit points. I think the kind of the play they're going for at the moment is a bit too narrow, but Kuro receives a big hit, and I think they're looking for a push now.
Yeah, and this is generally the way First Alliance have been playing their battles. They've got the cap, so they've got the points, and then they push through. They don't mind bleeding a little bit. Now they push through. They've already taken the tank down, so they've got the base points. They've got the guns on the battlefield. The only thing they're lacking now is their hit points. And as you can see, they're now going to try and focus fire. Daze has got no option but to retreat to safety.
True, but if they keep on hesitating, although they're sharing their hit points really well, they will keep on getting farmed by Serenity. I've been looking at the hit points. Serenity is leading by more than 2,000 hit points, and if it continues this way, I think Serenity should be able to get this.
Well, this is where sometimes the strat tends to. Serenity now push down. Ollivander looks isolated, but he isn't. Serenity should be looking to steal that B cap and then getting them into a crossfire, which is exactly what Serenity are looking to do here by looks on it.
Right. Oh, big shot into MYG, I think it's Mug, I don't know. But Daze is also getting rushed, but they're not looking at Daze at the moment. And Daze is moving forward to connect with the tanks near B.
They are. I mean, we've got Ollivander and like Psycho just trying to hold the line there. Down goes Ollivander. That's a big blow, actually. Daze is now being focused, but like Psycho could be in a bit of trouble here.
Ooh, Alina Grey receives 2 bounces here, and Daze is dropping the adrenaline and tungsten shell, but unable to land a shell. The hit points are still in favor of Serenity, but its First Alliance are pulling back a bit.
They are. They've still got the points. They haven't got the hit points, however. They've got equal. They've got more guns on the battlefield, but look at those hit points. I mean, they've got 50%, and now they've got a gun down. So now they've lost 3 tanks. Lannister has gone down, closed down. That's going to be helpful for Serenity.
True indeed, but Serenity, they are a couple of low hit point pool targets, but now Monk is now being killed as Strasny, I think, is also killed by Vlahovic.
Yeah, they were just mopping up their Serenity. This is what we tend to see with First Alliance. They get very aggressive, very straight off the bat. They don't mind losing and bleeding their hit points. But then Serenity, well done to them. They kept their heads. They didn't rush in, which is exactly what First Alliance wanted them to do. And they just picked them off. Fantastic play by Serenity.
Yeah, I really like how Serenity positioned in this game. Completely farmed First Alliance into a single pocket, and I mean they continue to do that, and they have a substantial hit point pool lead. Even if First Alliance tried to shut down isolated tanks, it was a bit too late because of their hesitation. Really not sure if this is kind of the way they should be going, but I might be wrong because Fidget, you streamed them before, you know how they work. That this might be part of their plan. I don't know.
Well, yesterday they went 2-0 down to Jones and then came back. So they tend to learn as they go through the different type of tactics that is employed here on EU. They do play EU, obviously, because they've all got EU accounts. But a lot of what they're bringing to them, a lot of their experiences from the CIS server, which is what we're seeing with this ultra aggressive, big brawly type gameplay, and it's for the clans that generally play the EU circuit to make sure their reactions are good. And this is exactly what Serenity just did. They reacted as they should react.
Agree with you on that. We're now seeing Serenity going for Days, Vlahovic. Oh, sorry. Not sure why I'm naming the roster again. But we are looking at triple 60 TPs, one T100 LT, and Concept 1B, an IS7, an AMX50B. Looking at First Alliance side, we have double 60 TP, double IS7, a T100 LT, an M60, and an AMX50B.
Yeah, it always surprises me when I see that lone 50. 50Bs generally like working in pairs.
Yep, but AMX50B just only one for both teams. You usually see like two of them, or maybe another auto loader tank to accompany that AMX50B. So I'm very interested to see how they're going to operate with that. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can see here that First Alliance has got a yo with Strasny there. Strasny does like jumping into a yo, so I mean that can double up because it is an auto loader. Serenity, on the other hand, don't. But I'm thinking that it may be working in good conjunction with the Concept. I'm not sure as of yet.
Right. But we will see now what they're going to do. With Serenity, again, spraying out a bit more. They have 3 tanks this time, going a little bit closer to C. Meanwhile, we are seeing First Alliance, once again, doing something similar as last time, going mostly to C. But Spit, don't know if this is going to work for him.
Ooh.
This is going to be close.
He's going to get away with that with only getting a shot into him, and Strasny really getting wrecked as he came across.
Oh yeah, Serenity just go for straight. No, it was First Alliance going for straight rush onto these 60 TPs. Can Serenity hold that there long enough before the rest of the Serenity forces is able to come in and support? But I don't know. Days is potentially trying to farm from that area, but it is going to be in absolute mayhem.
I mean, Mai is not going to last here. There we go, taken down by Spit. They are probably going to lose Ruben here, Serenity. But at the moment, Ollivander's not looking to put shots into him. And Ruben is just blocking on Kumi. Strasny finishes off Ruben, finally.
Right. This is really chaotic at the moment. We could see a T100 LT 1 versus 1 there. We can follow that for now. So currently, Lannister has more hit points, and Sergio Ramos is looking at the other way. So I don't think Mac Rosby is going to win this 1 versus 1 fight. Unless Sergio Ramos...
This is where Lannister comes into play, because he was winning these battles with the likes of F and Whoopsie yesterday as well. 2 fantastic light medium players, some of the best on the EU circuit, if not the best.
Right. And we're looking at B getting captured by Light Cycle as well, and Flaherfish took a hit from Alina Gray, and Sergio Ramos was still very healthy, but got tracked first. Oh, it's another track, and I think he has consumed all his consumables now. He can't repair his tracks. If they decide to track him, he will be perma-tracked potentially.
But you can see the aggression that First Alliance bring. And to be honest with you, I thought Serenity were going to weather that storm. I thought Spit managed to get to safety, and Strasny went down very quickly. But then First Alliance, their focus fire was just impeccable, to be honest.
Yeah, and they also timed the push really well, because Serenity at that point was pretty spread out, and First Alliance was pretty much bunched up together. I mean, Serenity has angles to work with for the crossfire, but it is getting intercepted by the likes of Lannister as well. So I think First Alliance, this one, they are a lot more decisive than the last match, and it worked in favor of them. So well done to them. Yeah,
and you make a good point. I mean, in the last game you said they dithering on the push onto Days, and that was kind of their undoing. This time they didn't dither, they just went for it. And they basically caught Serenity on the back foot somewhat.
Yeah. So. I thought like Spitfires going into that position relatively unscathed. I mean, he could have been dead while crossing, but First Alliance was unfortunate to miss most of their shots onto Spitfire, so they didn't really falter from that mistake, and Serenity unable to make a response.
Well, what I found interesting there, I mean, First Alliance lost 2 tanks. They lost Mai and they lost Strasny. Mai was taken out by Spit, and he was really caught out in the open, couldn't do anything about it. And Strasny went down very early, yet they still had Lanex, they still had tanks pushing over. And they, you know, despite losing those 2 tanks, and despite the lion's share of the heavies of Serenity in that area, Serenity were not able to close them down.
Agreed. Yeah, they were not able to close them down, and I mean, the 60 TPs kind of went down without a lot of support from the Serenity's team. Doesn't really help when the 50B was in a position that was kind of, you know, a shot from different angles. Now Normandy is going to be a different map, and it's a good map for hold down, and it is also slightly more open as well, so that could be a bit different for both teams. But that could be good for Serenity, because when it's kind of an open map, then you have more angles to do crossfire. So we will see what's going to happen here.
But again, it looks like First Alliance is sticking with that sole AMX-50B.
Yeah. Oh, stop guessing now, I have to say. Stop guessing now. Sorry, I forgot to say before. Right, we'll go in. So let's see what's going to happen here. Huh. Oops. Oh, we have more. No.
What did you break? Did you break our studio?
No. Well, currently we have more than 70 people watching, so thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoy the really amazing games tonight. I mean, both.
Make sure you sub to him, you scrubs.
Yeah, looking at this, we are seeing Serenity from North Spawn going mostly to the D area, with some tanks going a bit to the middle. I mean, we will follow macro speed a bit. On the other hand, First Alliance, they're spreading out a little bit more this time, but there are quite a lot of tanks going near, say. Oh, no, macro's just going, oh, this is a really interesting route. Never seen that.
Quite a few spots there.
Yeah.
First Alliance not as aggressive as you would as they normally are here. They've got the AMX-50B over in the back, in where you normally see a Leo or some type of medium deployed on tournaments, or TD if you're talking about public matches. And it looks like First Alliance don't really want to bite on this one. They want to sort of sucker Serenity onto them. Different style of gameplay for them.
Yep, and both of them have 1 cap. Cap points are in favor of First Alliance, and Serenity with Days pushing up a little bit. Oh, that was a miss onto Alina Grey potentially. But still, there is a lot of time. Both teams have 3 cap points of increase per 2 seconds. Doing the maths, we will use up all the time before any team will be able to get 1,000 cap points. I am sure that won't happen.
No, and this is the thing. I mean, looking at it at the moment, if it were to end now, then First Alliance would win. Firstly, they've got the base points, and secondly, they've dished out more damage, I believe. Yeah. So this is why you can see them bunkering down into a defensive posture, because they want Serenity to push onto them.
Yep. However, Days has taken some hits already, and if they keep on bleeding, that will make it much more difficult for them to rotate and push. On the other hand, we're seeing Mook trying to go into A. I'm not sure if that Y is actually the U sound in Russian, so I don't know.
It's like a ooh. It's
yeah.
Mook. I don't know if that was a good move by him, because he's now got Spit and Magros coming down to try and catch him out. They're not going to be able to reset the base, but they will catch him off guard. And Mag there is in the T100, and we know what the DPM is on that thing. I mean, although that was a bounce.
Yeah, but they don't know there's Lannister like Psycho behind, but they can't seem to get the angles. They have to be really careful. I think Serenity knows there is some tanks near that bush, so Moog somehow got bled, and those tanks trying to bleed Moog didn't get punished.
I mean, Moog's going to go down. Oh, that was a great shot in there by Mag in the end. And over the other side of the map, well, now First Alliance, they'll have to start making some movement forward. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're pushing onto the decap.
Yep, they have a lot more hit points there as well. I mean, 3 almost full hit point targets, and there are two tanks trying to rotate. I'm really worried about Serenity here. Are they able to get the shots in? It's going to be difficult.
But Rubin there blocking the lane away from putting the shots at Kurimi. And now Sergio is doing the same thing while they try and find Strasny and lane. Oh, down goes Kurimi. He was going to go down anyway. And now Sergio Ramos is probably going to go down as well. Don't think he's going to weather that storm. Nope.
And that is a good shot from Flavich onto Lanex, and I think Ruben Dye is trying to look for Lanex as well. Really like how First Alliance dissected Serenity's team, and their focus fire was brilliant, but it seems First Alliance has kind of got a bit too comfortable now. And Ruben Dye is now down. Can Serenity do it? It's going to be unlikely because First Alliance are now more than 900 cap points here, and they're trying to get Ollivander out of this match.
And they need to. Or that they didn't need that. Spitfire didn't want that bounce there. He needed that to penetrate to try and get Ollivander down before he took out Vahovic, but it wasn't going to happen. And now it's 2 against too many, to be fair.
Yep, true. I mean, only one more kill, and First Alliance will get this win, making it to 2-1. And Matt Rossbeat is unable to do anything and will be killed. Well done to First Alliance. Really like the push all day. But to me, I think Serenity just didn't know which tank to go for first when First Alliance make that push.
Yeah, and you know, we look at when we do an overlook at these tours, you see that Moo there went into the cap. It could be a wrong move, but you have to consider he is the bait. He's there for bait, and he baited 2 tanks down, freeing up the 50B. Eventually, the 50B joined their heavies at the top, allowing for the push to happen from C into D. So it's not, guys, these tour players don't do things just because it seems a good idea. They do it for a reason, guys.
Yep. But I do think I think that is probably not part of their plan. Yes, it might be a bait strat, but there are like 2 tanks behind him, but they're unable to put shots that are trying to get Moog out of the way. So perhaps maybe Moog could get a slightly better position behind, and maybe they could.
Agree with you.
Yeah,
I totally agree with you. He should have got. He was baiting insofar as taking the, but he stayed there too long, and he didn't need to stay there that long. He had ample time to rotate out and get to a point of safety.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we will see in the next match whether Serenity is going to get their focus fire together. I think this is probably how they would need to win their matches. Try to get their focus fire together, get the crossfire nice, and because First Alliance, I believe they are very strong with the kind of their individual skills and also their discipline as a whole. So this is something Serenity needs to break that down in the next few matches if they want to win, because I believe First Alliance currently is looking very strong at the moment.
Yeah, and this is how they were playing yesterday. I mean, they were from strength to strength, to be honest. And, a lot of people have underestimated this team, if I'm being fair. It has come back to bite them. And I fully admit, I was one of those people who underestimated this team.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to go that far. I mean, especially when we kind of looked at the results on paper, they were kind of inconsistent. But then what you're seeing now, this team is really, really strong. So let's get up high, looking at Serenity from the south spawn and First Alliance from the north spawn. We are seeing both teams committing quite a lot of their forces near C and D. We'll go back to back row speed, getting the spots in for Serenity, but this time, spotted Lannister. That can be important, but First Alliance will get the decap first, meaning they will have the cap lead.
And this is what they generally tend to do. I mean, they generally try and get that initial cap lead and put a little bit of pressure on the other team to make them do their moves and then try and work themselves out. But what they've got here is, I mean, Ruben this time taking the place of Daze, who was on the other side.
Yeah.
And again, Ruben, they were anticipating it First Alliance, and they gave him a bloody nose.
Yeah, that was really brutal, giving First Alliance more than 1,000 hit points of advantage, but for some reason Moog, once again in that position, took a beating. Not nice here. I think he needs to understand the overall picture of what's going on. Have to be really careful. They do not want to lose unnecessary hit points.
Wow, Serenity this time are a bit wiser to it. Like Psycho was in the 50B in the last game. And Sergio Ramos is not taking the bait. He's just not taking it. And he's the 2-shot yo, whereas in the last game, I think it was a 3-shot yo. And, Moo, he's in an IS-7. Yes, it's a bouncy castle, but Sergio Ramos is just following him now.
Right. I mean, Serenity has split quite a lot now, and I think First Alliance are considering a push near D. Spitz and also Daze are moving back. They know a push is incoming, but I'm not sure if Daze is able to pull back quickly enough, because First Alliance is coming in to get Daze out of the battle. Oh, we're going to see big damage numbers here very soon. Big shot to Ollivander, but Daze will be no more now.
No, that's correct, but I'm trying to see if Serenity are looking at the back and try and get the shots into the back of them while the 60 TP or the 260 TPs try and hold.
Oh, ammo rack onto Moog.
There you go. That's an IS-7, by the way, not a 60 TP.
Yeah. Oh, Lanex has taken the brunt of focus fires, now dead in a matter of seconds pretty much. And let's look at macro speed against Lannister in the 1 versus 1. Can macro speed pull it off? Or if Lannister is going to pull this off. Lannister has more hit points than macro speed. I think Lannister is going to win this fight.
And he does.
Yeah. The hit points are now really close though, but I'm now kind of out of the battle. Spit is now dead, 3 versus 4. This is actually very close, to be honest with you, but Serenity's focus fire this time came through, but Kuro got killed. Lannister, very important. Yeah, don't underestimate Lannister. He will be very crucial at this stage of this game. And looking at Sergio Ramos, we'll be trying to get Ollivander out of the way. Ooh, very tense. Indeed.
You should be able to clip him out easily. There he goes. But at the same time, unfortunately, Rubens is carrying the lion's share of the game up this end. Strasny is very healthy. Rubens has got his back to him. That's a great roll in by Strasny. He's looking to take out Lannister, and he does it.
Important kill, yes, important one. Linda Gray, can he kill from Ruben Dias? Ruben Dias trying to get the adrenaline now. It's a bounce! Oh no!
Rubens, no! Sergio Ramos, you've got it all to do, my friend.
Yeah, this is going to be really nerve-wracking. But Sergio Ramos has to be really careful. Linda Gray, hold down. Oh, but Serenity got 2 caps here. This is going to be important. The cap points will take in favor of Serenity. But First Alliance have 2 tanks. This can be very crucial now. Oh. No.
I mean, if he can get his entire clip into Strasny, then both those tanks are a one-shot if he can load. But he's got a long reload. That's the problem. Oh, Elena Gray's fired.
I think that was a misfire potentially. But Sergio Ramos needed that kill.
Oh, it's a bounce.
That's going to be an indication to go in, or I don't know. Alina Gray is ready to put shots in.
Oh, this is a great move by Sergio.
Yep. Let's see. He's trying to play with the carcass. It was a bounce. Can't afford to bounce the next one, or low roll. It's a no. Yes, it's a kill. It's on the drum reload.
Now he's on his long reload. Strasny chasing him down.
Right.
It was the first shot that Sergio wasted, unfortunately. Didn't want that.
No.
He made the right move, though, going for Elena Gray.
Yeah.
and trying to get into cover away from the shots coming in from Strasny.
Oh, that was a terrible
That was
HE.
HE! That was not a good idea.
No.
Sergio, can he put this clip into the bottom plate and take out the full roll?
Oh, it's a bounce. Oh, it's a track
No.
shot. Oh dear, it's really close. It's really close. Run, Sergio, run.
If
I don't know.
Sergio can weather another bounce and he can get a high roll, he can do it.
Yep.
But he needs a high roll. He needs a max roll.
Yep. Gosh, I just don't know what's gonna happen now. This is really tense. At the moment, First Alliance got C back. So even if First Alliance isn't able to kill off Sergio Ramos, they will win by caps. It's going to be the crucial moment here. Can Sergio Ramos pull this off? I don't know. He will be hoping that Strasny won't be able to kill. No, it was a kill.
He was
really
trying
close.
to make Strasny into making a snapshot. Strasny wasn't taking it secure with those base points, but valiant effort by Sergio Ramos there. Valiant effort.
Valiant, and I think Serenity played this one really well already. I think they got their focus fire really well. Unfortunate that Macro Speed wasn't able to win that 1v1 fight against Lannister. I think they now realize how crucial Lannister is on the First Alliance team, and I mean Serenity. They definitely need to win the next 3 matches now. However, they need to conserve the hit points because that's part of their undoing in this match. But it was really close in the end, and First Alliance once again coming through with their shot effectiveness. Well done to First Alliance.
And we're going to Mayan Ruins, and yesterday this was a map that First Alliance really liked, to be honest. Yep. They really liked it. They turned over ZGS twice on this map. And their positioning, their movement around the map, and their rotations were and their focus fire was just spectacular. It's a map they're obviously comfortable with. And I'm just looking at the lineup here of Serenity. Serenity, they can send an IS-7 out to the C cap. What First Alliance were generally doing yesterday was sending Lannister out to that C cap, getting that early cap, and then pushing everything to cover the B and down the A line. So it'd be interesting to see if they do the same strat today.
Yeah. First Alliance, they're going for quadruple 60 TPs this time. 1 IS-7, 1 200 LT, and AMX50B. Serenity going for triple IS-7, quadruple 60 TPs. Let's see if Serenity is going to win their next 3 matches. Or if First Alliance were going to take it home with a 4-1 victory.
Yeah, Serenity really need to sort of buckle down, get that focus fire, and show us what we're used to from Serenity.
Yep. I think they're kind of not petrified, but more like a bit surprised to see how strong First Alliance is. But they've played against them before, and they've won against them 3-2 in the Money Blaster Open, so they could absolutely do amazing stuff. But they really, I mean, these 3 matches will matter them a lot now.
And here we go. I mean, First Alliance are doing basically the strats they were doing yesterday, and the Heavy is looking down that A and B, like Psycho in the 50B, just hanging back as a TD, moreover than anything else. And Lannister will get there to the C cap completely unopposed. It is free real estate as far as he's concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, so once again, First Alliance will get the cap lead, and Moog, a great shot into Ruben Dias already. I mean, looking at Moog in this position. So far, Lannister also took a hit as well. It seems Spit and also Sergio Ramos wants to chase him down, but Sergio Ramos knows this could be a bad idea if they send 2 tanks there. Ruben Dias has a lot of responsibility on his hands. And, big shots are Linda Gray so far. Serenity conserves more hit points than First Alliance. First Alliance has to be really careful now.
Yeah, I mean, Serenity have obviously done their homework here. They're not falling into the same traps that ZGS fell into yesterday, and they're taking up defensive positions. The undoing of ZGS is that they sent a tank into the B cap, and you can see the positioning here of First Alliance. And with that positioning, the B cap is not a good idea.
Oh, that was a bounce onto Strasny from Macross. Yeah, but I mean, going into B cap at the start is quite a common strategy on the EU server, to be honest with you. So, I'm not actually surprised if there is a team going into B. It's not a bad strategy though; it works. But under like the circumstances that you're seeing here, that might not be a good idea.
Yeah, and this is it's just the way that First Alliance tend to position. Pretty much the same way twice yesterday, and Serenity are just not playing the game that First Alliance expected them to play. We've got Serenity; they've retaken C. They have now got the cap advantage because they've retaken C, and it took a long time to get the A cap. And they've got good defensive positions. Now, First Alliance have to make all the moves, not the other way around.
Yep. But it appears like First Alliance keeps on bleeding and bleeding, but it will be a testament to whether they can get that good rotation towards Serenity team. But Serenity team might be trying to get the counter, get a rush first, and Straszy's going in by himself. Not sure if that's the right idea. I don't know. Oh, bounce from Days.
I don't know. I mean, it's created a reaction from Serenity and 260 TPs against 60 TP and 2 IS7s. So I don't know if it was I don't know if this was a play for First Alliance freeing them up, but they haven't moved on the other side. Is the thing?
Yeah.
Lanex is still there, or Mag has just been smacked massively.
Right, and Sergio Ramos is actually going to be killed here. The 60 TPs actually are getting a kill under a numerical disadvantage, and that can be very important now. Both ANC are captured by First Alliance, and Serenity needs to hurry up with the kills because the Capwoods could take really quickly into First Alliance favor, and this is going to be crucial. Can they pull this off?
Wow, I mean, they take down Ollivander, but Kurumi has gone down as well. So it's 3 tanks down for First Alliance, 2 tanks down. Lanex, Daze has got to land this shot onto Lanex.
Yep. And Macross is now down to 1 shot. Lannister could potentially kill Macross with the shell, but it was a big shot onto Lannister. Macross speed. It's now down to 1 shot. I think Serenity could do it.
Yeah, they've got to get rid of this IS7 move. Got to go down. Rubin. Spitfires is just making sure that Lannister's gone. Just making sure... No, he's not gone, sorry. Just making sure Lannister doesn't go around that corner. Like Psycho is... Well, he's not very healthy. Lannister is now the critical target, and Spitfires knows that.
Yep, and I think First Alliance is going... I mean, Ruben dies now killed by Like Psycho. They're really trying to get back all the bases here. And this is going to be important. Can First Alliance win by caps? Oh, important kill!
What a snapshot from Daze that was. That was unbelievably important.
Yeah, that is really important. And Vlahovic will get into A, but I'm a bit worried. I think Like Psycho's trying to get Vlahovic out of the way. That could potentially give Serenity...
Spitfire left C too soon.
Oh no, but... Not sure we have to do the math, so we'll have to get the calculator out and see if First Alliance, Like Psycho, kills Vlahovic. Will Serenity's cap points be able to overtake First Alliance? So we're talking about, let's take 945, and then, oh, big shot to Like Psycho. Can he do it?
He's on his long reload, he's dropped his adrenaline, he's going to play round.
Yeah.
Psycho is going to chase him, he can't get the shot.
No.
He will be loaded by the time he comes around the corner, and it's all over.
Wow.
Fantastic play by Vlahovic there.
Yeah. 2-3 for Serenity now. That was amazing. I think First Alliance, they thought they could elicit a reaction for Serenity to tip their the numbers wrongly, so that they can kind of make a push on the other side. But they heavily underestimated Serenity's ability to get their numbers right. Because I think the 60 TP is trying to make a push, try to elicit a response from Serenity, trying to get most of the tanks there. But they didn't know that Serenity is confident with 3 of the tanks to just take up 2 of the tanks there. And I think this kind of miscalculation, it appeared on the stream that it wasn't a good move from them at all, but we know what they were trying to do, and that didn't work out for them exactly.
No, I mean, Serenity had better positioning. They were able to react a little better, and their focus fire was much more concentrated than it has been in the first couple of games that we saw on Castilla. This one was much better, much more calmer, much more collected, and they were able to really react and anticipate the moves dished out by First Alliance.
Yeah, especially when they chipped quite a lot of hit points away from First Alliance. It has always been a tall order if you lost too many hit points before you make the rotation. And Serenity, I mean, First Alliance, credits to them, they made it really close at the end. But Serenity, simply the numerical advantage and the positional advantage they demonstrate meant that First Alliance had a really tough task at their hands. But they are still at a match point, so if Serenity wins the next one, it will be a tiebreaker, and we always love to see a tiebreaker. Both teams are really closely matched.
Totally. Always up for a tiebreaker.
Definitely. Okay, so we go back to Mayan Ruins with Serenity taking quintuple 60 TPs, double I7, First Alliance going back to Lannister and the T100 LT, triple 60 TPs, double I7 and the 50B. Right.
Yeah, and again, no change to First Alliance's lineup here. In fact, no change at all.
Yep. I mean, this time Serenity, I think they're going to similar positions as last time, maybe tilting a bit more towards A than last time. Meanwhile, First Alliance going to a completely different side, to the middle side. I'm not sure if that's the exact position they were going for last game. I don't know. Yesterday.
No, they were normally looking for the A and overlook on B. But this time, I mean, Serenity haven't sent an IS-7 round to C. Serenity are looking to close them down in the middle area and probably take the A cap.
But at the same time, is First Alliance looking for a push? We will see Elena Gray's perspective here. There is a bounce coming, a couple of shots, none of them penetrated. Vlahovic, let's admit.
I don't know. I don't know if it was Ruben's intention to go in B and he's thought better of it, or his intention to stay there and basically try and pincer Strasny. No, he is looking to B, I think.
Right.
No, he's not.
Oh, great shot into Strasny from Ruben Dias. Can Strasny land a shot onto Ruben Dias? It's possible. It's possible. Trying to use the to hold down to side strip, but it was not successful. Ruben Dias, great shot to Strasny. I think Strasny is now pincered, and First Alliance might try to make a rotation. And Lannister is from behind now. Could land a lot of shots. Oh, it's a bounce, I think.
Ollivander's coming in to release the pressure on Strasny, getting armed here by Ruben.
Yep, they are going to send like 6 tanks, 5 tanks. Serenity, will they try to push onto B? I don't know. Oh, Light Cycle gets heavily tapped. I think we could see a big push coming into Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias needs help. SOS to do, but at the same time, Serenity is trying to get Light Cycle out of the way. It's total battling for
Light Cycle goes down, massive.
Yep. These are one-shots. They need that kill. Oh, this is going to be really close, but Serenity has a lot more hit points. This can be really important for them. Ooh.
Wow, that's a lovely kill. And
Ooh, big kill from Vlahovic. Serenity's crossfire and focus fire came through. They are looking for Ollivander next and totally ignoring Moog. Or maybe Daze is looking at Moog. Great shot to Moog. Moog's trying to get Daze out.
Flight Dix tries to sit on Ollivander. That was...
Ooh. Ollivander is removed from the battle, but First Alliance once again got 2 caps, but they are under so many hit points here. I don't know if they can pull this off, to be honest with you.
And Spitfire is making sure that Lannister does not escape. Sergio Ramos is going to join him. Elena Gray is not long to take him down.
Yeah, and really, I am really impressed. Oh my goodness me, an Emerald Rack onto Elena Gray, but that won't change the course of the game, obviously.
Yeah,
but
I mean, Elena Gray was a one-shot anyway. But that was much better from Serenity, much better.
Wow,
and that was incredibly coordinated. They lost Ruben, but boy, did he hold his ground for so long?
That is the textbook bait strategy. First Alliance totally falling for the trap. Serenity, they know what they want to do. They pincer them and they got the crossfire in. Not only they got their crossfire and they got their focus fire really well. I mean, it's not like all the tanks going for one. They allocated the work nicely so that so that their effectiveness is hugely increased. So I really love what Serenity's doing here. First Alliance, we are now in the tiebreaker. I am rooting for Serenity right now because First Alliance, they are highly skilled, but Serenity, they are more intelligent with their movement, in my opinion. I don't know what you think about this.
Well, I mean, Serenity have grown into this tournament, into this stage of the tournament. I mean, we saw a sort of bit disjointed on Castilla and Normandy. But here, on Mayan Ruins, that last game particularly, they timed their pushes to perfection. I mean, their moves were just timed to perfection. They had the positioning, they had the focus fire, and the coordination was just beautiful to watch. And when you've got Serenity playing like that, they are hard to beat. To be
Definitely. And now First Alliance is going to take double T100 LTs. Now Lannister will get some help from Iron Comeback. Have you seen him playing that T100 LT before?
Yes, he normally. I can come back anytime. And they do work it very nicely together. So they are going to be a pain in the backside. I'll be honest.
Definitely. And Naval Frontier is, well, it's kind of ambidextrous, man. I'm not sure if that's the right word for that. But we have, but we see strats that uses a lot of heavy tanks, but we also see strats that can be quite mobile as well. But it seems First Alliance has opted for the latter, and Serenity has opted for the former. And we will see how these two different strats going to clash, and who will come up on top. This is going to be crucial for both teams. They really needed that win to at least get the monetary prize from Wargaming.
Oh, totally. I'm just moving off topic. I noticed name is taken who's streaming the CIS server. 7-Star took 7 T100 LTs in this tournament earlier today.
Wow.
Now that goes to show the strength of that tank, and it's a light tank, and that goes to show the strength of this thing. It's got DPM, it's got armor, and it's got mobility, and it's got that view range and that spotting ability.
Yeah, I think it totally replaces the Vickers Light, to be honest with you. I don't.
100%.
Yeah, I don't really know why you would want to take it over to the Vickers Light again. Does it have anything that is better on the Vickers Light?
Well, no. I mean, even its profile is a lot lower than the Vickers. So, and this is the thing. When you've got two of them and they're together here, they can run around the map and be a real pain in the neck for the heavy tanks. And Serenity will know that. I mean, the Serenity will be wise to that and be wondering where they are. And Sergio Ramos is spotted up Lannister. That hasn't really given any indication if they can jump into that C cap. Spitfires is there, but he also knows Elena Gray is there. So at the moment, we've got a bit of a stalemate.
I'm a bit worried about Serenity's lineup here. They are very, very spread out. So any push coming from First Alliance, Serenity might not be able to cope with that. So they have to be absolutely careful. Macro speed. It's also important to get the shots in. Great shot to Ollivander. I think First Alliance might be looking to get Sergio Ramos all the way. He has lit up the SOS signal to Serenity, to his teammates. And we can see First Alliance looking to get Sergio Ramos out of the way, but there are bounces coming in. Oh dear, I don't know. First Alliance looking to get Sergio Ramos. Serenity is trying to get a push onto Elena Gray. This is going to be crucial. Can Sergio Ramos survive for long enough? Not sure.
Don't think he can. I mean, Rubens would be mad to jump down and try and save. Sergio's out. He's going to go down. Best he can do now is get as much damage as possible. And Ruben is doing the right thing. A lot of people thinking, oh, Ruben, go and help him. No, if he went there, then you'd lose 2 tanks, to be honest.
Yeah.
Better for Rubens to stay where he is and try and succor Ollivander and the team and the other team up there and leave Sergio to try and do as much damage as humanly possible, which is exactly what Sergio has done. And if you can see, it's allowed Serenity to free up over other areas. So we've got Days and Flytix pushing down onto Strasny. We've got Spitfires in Verkovic taking a lane of Grey out at the top. So at the moment, Serenity are doing the right thing. The hit points are in their favor. The base points aren't, but the hit points are.
I really like how Serenity tries to buy a lot of time over to the west flank so that Serenity is able to chip a lot of hit points away, but the guns are quite equal, so they don't want to let their guard down yet. There is still a long way to go. But great kill to Strasny here. Oh, this is going to get really close.
Vander's gone down as well. I mean, Rubens has done a great job up here tying these tanks up, and he's now tying up like Psycho. And he managed to get...
important kill to Lannister by Matt Ross. Wow, first time we're seeing... Huge. Yeah. And I can come back anytime, looking to get Flytix out of the way. Only one more shot, but Flytix will be reloaded and got. I can come back anytime. Down. This is certainly Serenity's game, and they are looking to get a 4-3 win, a comeback win. Wow, I'm very proud of these guys tonight. They have impressed me.
You wouldn't have thought that to begin with. You thought the map First Alliance, Serenity holding their nerve, not playing the game that First Alliance wanted them to play. They played their game, and I have to say, for me, realistically, there's lots of man of the matches, but Sergio Ramos, for me, he was caught out. He lasted as long as he could. Him in Rubens must have been biting there, thinking, do I help? And he knows in the back of his mind, don't help, sucker them in. Sergio's gone. The rest of my team will clear up at the back, and that's exactly what they did. Beautiful gameplay by Serenity.
Beautiful. That's tactical gameplay at its finest, to be honest with you. Sergio Ramos, I think, one very important thing he has done is to stay alive as long as he could, slow down First Alliance, push as much as they could, so that they could buy enough time for the other side to clear up the tanks, because at First Alliance, those tanks right there, First Alliance is very spread out. Serenity got those tanks first, and that is the game changer there. Everyone, this is the game changer. This is why strategies, tactics prevail over skills. I mean, in this case, what I was
trying to say. I mean, Serenity as growing in this part of the tournament, and we saw them in the opening games in Castilla looking a little bit disjointed. Normandy, okay, they got they lost the games, but again they were sort of getting there. Mayan Ruins, they dominated Mayan Ruins, especially the second game. And you could see that they were just getting stronger and stronger, and they were starting to read First Alliance. And in this last game here on Naval Frontier, I mean, this is what you wanted to see from Serenity, to be fair. That's taking nothing away from First Alliance. Great team, brilliant players, great gameplay. They didn't really put much wrong in the last few games against Serenity. It's just that Serenity played better.
Yeah, hugely impressed. I'm going to get Spitfires to the interview very soon to talk about the matches. I think he must be very impressed about that comeback. Okay, so he's ready. So so he's going to join very soon. So right. Hello, Spitfires. How are you?
Nice. I'm fine.
Huge congratulations to the win for the comeback win against First Alliance. That was absolutely insane. From 1-3 down to 4-3, and I think all the audience here tonight must be very impressed about your performance, your resilience. I don't know. I think a lot of us will be asking the question: what was on your mind, or on the team's mind when you were 1-3 down?
So at the start we had a really cold start. We didn't train, we didn't play before these games. So at the start we went 1-1, which was not too bad, and then we struggled a lot in terms of communications and reaction times. So we lost positions when we knew what they were gonna do, like the push on top of Normandy at the first game. And then we started focusing. We ended up on Mayan Ruins and Naval Frontier, which are both maps we trained a lot, we know really well. So yeah, we were kind of confident that these games were gonna be easier than the previous ones because we had strats, like practiced a lot. So yeah, we're rather happy when we saw that we came back to the tiebreaker from 1-3 to 3-3.
Right, Fuji, do you have anything to ask?
Yeah, just a couple of things. Firstly, congratulations, mate. That was
Thank you, man.
fantastic games, especially
Hmm?
with the final map on Normandy. And fair play to Sergio there. Did his best, bless him. But
Yeah, that was really close.
yeah, it was a nail biter. Absolutely. If he wouldn't have missed that first shot on Elena Gray, it could have gone differently. But boy, did he
Yeah,
play well.
Yeah, that happens. It happens. We all do mistakes. That's fine.
Of
We didn't.
course.
We're not blaming him for that. He played good.
No, but the what I want to talk about, the last game was fantastic. Spoken
Yeah.
about that. What I want to talk about is that second game on Mayan Ruins, where Jack and I were talking afterwards, and I said, it just seemed to me that everything fell into place for you. You had the positioning, you had the timing right, and everything just seemed to go to plan. What was in your mind? Did you sort of have a sort of game? Did you have an idea of what First Alliance may be doing on that map in that game?
We knew that if they have a light, they would most likely play like they did on the first one. They would straight away cap C, so they would play mostly around C and they're behind B and get some cover behind B base so that we cannot capture it. So we played on A for that. We sent an I7 capping A. We sent an I7 really quick, like behind the wall inside B, just so you can keep the position and farm whoever is behind B, and eventually cap B or bait them, which they did. They fell for the bait because we had the high ground, and they all went inside B into a ball. So they were into a huge crossfire and they couldn't catch us after that. So
yeah, I must admit, fantastic gameplay game by Ruben. We were saying, is he going to bait? And I mean, he lasted as long as he could.
yeah,
But when you guys then pushed through and took out that 60 TP of Strasny and then had all the other shots, Rubens was still alive when you timed the push, but it was just perfectly timed. It was spectacular to watch, and you must have felt you had them on that stage.
yeah. But like we were concerned about the 50 being their spawn, so we waited for them. Once they pushed, we knew that there would not be crossfire towards their 50B once we pushed, so we pushed with 2 tanks to take him out real quick, and then we kept the high ground with the 4 remaining tanks above Ruben, just so we can take out some guns and bleed them while he's like surviving. So yeah, we took out the 50B, which was our major threat, and we could keep the positions and win on caps and hit points.
Excellent. Back over to you, Jack.
Yeah, I think all the games. I think the stream has caught up, and everyone has watched what happened in the final, in the tiebreaker. I think everyone will be talking about Ruben Dias and that IS7 holding off First Alliance for really, really long time. I'm not sure if that's kind of part of your plan, but can you speak a little bit more about your thought process of First Alliance attempting to push Ruben Dias? What was kind of happening in your comms?
So we're thinking about how we could react because we cannot cap B and we don't have the points. We had A, so the points were going as fast as their points. So we had to think and look at where they were and stuff. And once we knew where the LT was in our spawn, we knew we could try something to provide pressure, like the 60 TP that was behind the small wall above B. Because we had 2 players that could crossfire him, and he would eventually die, so they would have to do something. And once we pressured them, they started pushing middle and sent the lighting to A. So that's what we wanted. We couldn't move. We just had to find the tank and pressure him. Eventually, either he will die for nothing and we will get the point, or they will move before he dies and we like try to get a crossfire. That's what was going through our minds at this moment.
Yeah, Fuji, do you have anything to add? Thank you for that answer.
Yeah, I've just heard that your next game will be against.
Yeah, we saw it will be against Timor, yeah.
So there's been some big upsets in this tournament.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, to be honest.
Yeah.
Surprised. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow. I'm
Absolutely.
looking forward to it.
I bet you are. You guys are well chuffed at. It looked like it was a hard-fought battle. It wasn't easy pickings for you.
No, it wasn't.
Well done for digging deep there, guys. You deserve the win.
Oh, thank you, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, besides that, kind of my final question for you, what would you have done better in your losses against First Alliance? Yeah.
Probably trained before the games. that's one thing, and secondly, get people like to be more aware of the comms and force them to communicate more once something happens, which is what was missing during our losses.
Right.
That's about it, I think.
Thank you very much, and I really hope that you enjoy evening. Not sure if Fuji has any more questions to ask.
No, I've let him chill out. He's got.
Yeah, he has a party now.
Let him chill out after the game. I mean, it's been a hard-fought evening.
Yeah,
deserve to sort of kick back a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for joining the interview. We'll see you very soon tomorrow.
Alright, yeah, keep on the good stuff, guys. Keep on the good stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye, and see you. And we're going to commence the next giveaway. Guess the total damage. Okay, so we haven't announced the results of the other bracket. Upper bracket first round. LOCA versus Immortals. Immortals won 4-1 against LOCA, meaning we will be seeing LOCA versus First Alliance now. Not now, but like in around 40 minutes. So the giveaway instructions will be as follows: guess the total damage by LOCA in the third battle, and you may start guessing now. So you can type your results. So,
actually, I think it's in about 10 minutes, isn't it? 14 minutes. Yeah, 14 minutes.
Yeah, 14. 9 minutes until the room is up.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I mean, we haven't seen what happened there. I mean, we have to ask Agmanet for that because Immortals, that is quite an upset with that margin, to be honest.
Well, it is, but I mean, Immor, sneaky of Immor. They've been building a strong team, bless them. I blame Cougar and Elons. They've been building a strong team over there in the Immor camp. And a lot of people have sort of taken their eye off the ball. The thing about Immor is they've been sort of top 8 quite regular recently. Yeah. And a lot of people have taken that ball on Immor, and they've been focusing on other clans. And Immor is sort of, they're silent but deadly. I can say that. They're silent but deadly. They've come from, from the background, but they've always been like top 8, as I said. But they've sort of come from the background in this tournament. And look what they've done now. They've turned over LOCA. That's another big scalp. Another big scalp.
I think this is the Immortals team we are seeing here is if not the same, a similar team as the one we saw in Blitz Premier Cup, where they got out, where they got eliminated in stage 1, and look how far they have come now. So I think this is even more impressive, to be honest with you. So really well done, knocking out Endgame and sending LOCA to the lower bracket first round. I think we are in for a really exciting and extremely exceptional games ahead of us in the next 2 days.
Do we lose anybody today, Jack?
Yes, we will lose one of the teams in the fourth place.
Now, so at the moment, LOCA is in the danger zone. Let's be honest.
Yep.
And so is First Alliance. Now, First Alliance have already got Jones and ZGS under their belt. LOCA have got to come into this sort of clear-headed and as the LOCA we all know, which is highly determined. Else, this could be another big scalp that is going out, courtesy of First Alliance. We've already lost Endgame. We lost Jones, 2 of the tournament favourites. Another tournament favourite, LOCA, is also in a danger zone. Interesting.
Yeah, First Alliance is a team that you cannot underestimate, especially their individual skills. If you get rushed, if you fall under a pack of First Alliance tanks, chances are you have to pray that your tank can survive long enough. That's how strong they are. And I don't think any team now will underestimate the capability of First Alliance. Really, Serenity play their hearts out with their strategical strategical expertise. So,
Yeah, no, like I said, I mean, I think Serenity did fantastic stuff. The 2 games on Mine Ruins and the last game on Naval Frontier were just masterclass. You could see with the final game on Normandy that they were growing more in confidence. And as you've just heard from Spitfires, they came into this with not really warming up, not really match ready in the first few games. In that showed, to be fair.
yeah, I mean, we saw them losing quite some hit points and being a bit careless in some of the some of the moves they want to trade. I mean, they lost quite some hit points for that and allowed First Alliance to be in a comfortable position to push. So LOCA definitely they should be mindful of this. But what do you think? Have we found the weakness, the apparent weakness of First Alliance playstyle and so on?
Well, I think it's like most. I think Serenity found that they like to be aggressive. They like to try and not generally overly control the map, but they just like to take the battle to the next team. And the Joneses found this out on Winter Malinovka yesterday. And if you have a look at the Joneses' first game on Winter Malinovka, they just literally almost sort of iron fist it into the spawn point, straight across the map. Don't even bother to go down. They send one light tank down to spot, and everybody else just goes literally en route, just to the side of the B cap into the spawn point of First Alliance. And First Alliance just didn't know what to do, to be honest. And this is what Serenity were doing. I mean, when you look at that second game on Mayan Ruins, you could see Rubins there is baiting Strasny. Strasny then needs assistance because Rubins is just bleeding him. He's farming him. There's no other way to say it. And then that drags in the likes of Elena Gray and it drags in Lanix, who come in to try and relieve the pressure on Strasny, which then gives the opportunity for Serenity to time that push, catch those 3 heavies completely off guard. And that's exactly what they did. And this is the thing. If you realize that this clan, this team of First Alliance like to be aggressive, then you can play to that. And that's exactly what Serenity did. And I think that's where you're coming from. I think if the clans look at it that way and try and shut them down, they have a better chance.
I agree with that totally. Some people said they don't believe in the giveaway. We are giving away March battle passes, so you definitely will not be getting any rewards immediately. You have to wait until March, hopefully 1st of March, but Wargaming may have a little bit of lag time in handing out the battle passes, so you have to wait. And 1st of March is on a Tuesday, so potentially you could get it on the day. But this is something that you have to bear in mind if you are entering the giveaway.
Yeah, and you know, look, the battle passes are real. It's not a raffle. It's everybody's got a chance. Just try to guess how much damage will be dished out by LOCA in one of the games. I can't remember which game you said now. Which game was it?
It's going to be LOCA's third match.
Third match. All you got to do is try and predict how much damage. Third match. Those closest, the 10 closest, will get the battle pass. It's that straightforward. But the thing is this, guys, don't. You know, you only get one crack at the whip, so don't sit there spamming. 5, 6, 7, 8 times different numbers, because that's not fair. If you've got a guess, put the guess in. If you spam a guess, then it's not fair on everybody else, because you can only win one battle pass. And if you've already won a battle pass, then give other people a chance. That's all I say.
True. So we're going to start really soon, and thanks for talk more about that. And I think tomorrow, because there is only one fixture to follow, Immortals versus Serenity, I will probably do something similar to Raffle, which is to upload an unlisted YouTube video, and then you comment on that video and we will draw 20 winners from that, because I don't think we will have enough people.
No. Well, this is the thing. I mean, again, you don't have to give all the battle passes away. And the idea of the battle passes is to entice you, the viewers, to get involved in this side of the game. I mean, the tournament is actually a fantastic side of the game, and more people. The reason why we get to give battle passes out is because we want more people to be interested in tournaments. To be honest with you. So personally, I would like it. 100 people came on to watch your stream tomorrow, in the vain hope of winning a battle pass. That's what I would like. And at the same time, because they want to watch a tournament.
True, but then I mean I'm still getting views even if I did that way. So so it's good that I have some people that are watching because they want to watch really good games. So that's good. I think yes, I think I did that method on yesterday's stream, and I believe I got more views than on the stream 2 days ago, which I used the guess the damage method. So hopefully we will see a bunch of tournament lovers back on the stream and watch some really good games, because I think the focus should be on the games, not for the giveaway itself.
Totally. I mean, if you play this game and you want a point of having a battle pass if you don't know how to play, and when you watch the tournaments, funnily enough, you know, one of the things I said recently when I did a review of the new map, I'm waiting for the pros to come out with strats, because they show you how to play these maps, believe it or believe it not, especially on Supremacy. And a lot of what you're seeing gameplay-wise with their positioning, you yourself can take into your own game. You can't take the coordinated pushes, etc., that they do, because they're all on voice, and you're not. But you can look at the way that they're focusing down on one particular tank, the way they move around the map, you know, the positionings that they take, because the positions they take, they don't sit out in the open. And all these little things help you in your own gameplay, guys, funnily enough.
But there is a caveat. A lot of the teams love to do, for example, spawn-basing strategies where they put a lot of tanks near their spawn. Don't copy that in random matches, though. You will get absolutely scolded by your teammates if you sit at the back and, you know, not really helping the team. So, yes, there is a lot to learn from these games, but do remember these matches are totally different than what you say in random matches, because the strategies put out by these teams are a lot more elaborate than the random teams that you have.
Absolutely. You're not going to get the same strats in a random game. But what you are going to get, if you're, for example, I'm watching moment Winter Malinovka, and if you know, I'm looking at some of the positioning of Daisy overlooking that B cap, and I'm looking at Pencil Case and some of the Turks players, some of the positioning they've got overlooking C and B. Those positions you can take into your own game is what I'm saying.
Right. Okay, so we are now in the room looking at Rockfield now. LOCA versus First Alliance. First Alliance still deciding on what tanks to take. Originally, they thought that a Yaguru might be a good idea. Not sure if they're going to persist with a Gorilla 15, but LOCA is almost fully ready, and they are probably going to take triple 60TPs, double I7, double M60Os, and we will see very soon for First Alliance side.
So, First Alliance is spawning on the north spawn, so keep an eye on that grill. Are they going to boost it? If he takes a grill, will they boost it? Yep.
We've seen a couple of teams doing that. Oh, they are not going to take that, but don't be disappointed yet. I think we saw 7-star boosting up a T100 LT.
Yes, I've seen. I saw First Alliance boost.
So
it can be done.
Yep. So we will keep an eye on that directly on First Alliance side in this match. As for LOCA, coming off from a 4-1 defeat, they need to focus now, because this is not the moment to give up their chances to get monetary prizes from Wargaming. But we will see. 20 seconds to go. First match on Rockfield.
I mean, I'm absolutely positive. Pep talk in between the Immortal game in this game. They've worked out where things may have gone wrong for them, and they're going to come into this with a clean head. I mean, they're vastly experienced guys. They plan more this team.
Yep. So people are still guessing. You can still guess at the moment. Not going to announce the end for just yet. So First Alliance versus LOCA, Rockfield. Let's follow First Alliance side really quickly as I hold with my free cam there, and yeah, exciting stuff ahead. Let's go. Right, we'll see. 200 LTs, not going for boost. They're definitely not going for boost, because we are seeing I can come back anytime to get some spots for the team, or just going straight into C to get the cap lead. Meanwhile, LOCA will put most of the tanks over to A, and they are not taking the light tank. That can be a risk though, but they have more hit points than First Alliance.
LOCA are looking for the traditional strat here. Aim from Unit. He's backing off. He's seen what is in B already. This is aggressive stuff again from First Alliance.
Yeah,
has been reset.
Yeah, but Unitastic got double tapped, and that trade was not worth it. But I can come back anytime. What happened to him? He got really careless, got absolutely smacked there. Unitastic's really low. Hit points are dwindling on both teams. Both teams losing quality hit points at the moment, and let's see about Onyatastic here in the M60.
Good move from Anya there, trying to cut off the retreat of Strasny and put a full clip into the side of that ISM.
Yeah.
And Onyatastic does manage it, finished off by Pep.
That's important. I pressed the wrong button to switch over to the wrong cam, but anyway, Unitastic, great shot onto Lannister though. Oh, LOCA, I don't know about this one. This is still really close, but they might have got some of the important tanks out of the match here.
Well, LOCA here, they're, if they want, they're just holding back at the moment. They don't need it desperately. They're just holding back, getting a lay of the land, calming everything down. Here goes Jaseo. Jaseo's going down. Good bounce. And Jaseo's going to get safe into that corner of the B cap.
Yeah, LOCA is unusually calm about this, but Unitastic's now dead, so it's now 6 versus 6. First Alliance still has the cap lead, but First Alliance isn't able to reset B, or maybe...
Oh! Stick your nose out too much, I can come back.
Yeah, I can come back anytime. Wants to reset B, but LOCA says, no, you can't do it. Let's look at Rostastic here. He is going to be under the focus from First Alliance because they are looking to get him out of the match, but they have lost so many hit points. LOCA with more than 2,000 hit points of advantage. Can they pull this off though? I don't know. We will see.
Wow, this is an interesting move because is isolated. I think Jaseo is going to be able to put shots into like Psycho. Finn is coming in, and Vent is over at the back as well. This is not going according to how they thought it was going to work. Ollivander is going to go down.
Yeah, like Psycho is now absolutely mullered here, and well, what can I say? LOCA 2 caps, more than 3,000 hit points of advantage. They're looking to get Alina Grey on one side and Lanex on the other side, and Lannister from Ventastic as well. So well done to LOCA.
I mean, as I said, First Alliance really thought totally isolated, but he wasn't isolated, and it was great positioning by LOCA, bringing that tank up from the B cap, putting in those shots into the Light Psycho, bringing Fantastic down to help out Mirage, catching First Alliance off guard, and basically they were just mopping up. Fantastic gameplay from LOCA.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about LOCA losing so many hit points at the start, but they are able to put similar amount of damage over to First Alliance side, and I think they also chipped away a lot of hit points of the most important tanks, pretty much rendering those light tanks useless here. As you can see, First Alliance, those 2 light tanks actually take the bottom 2 spots in the total amount of damage done for the First Alliance team. So well done there in muting those light tanks.
What I liked about LOCA there was no panic in them.
Yeah,
they were very calm. They were very collected. And there were no rush moves being made. They did lose HP. Yes, Unitastic did go down, but they didn't panic. They just played a sensible game.
Right. I mean, LOCA, they stayed really calm, unusually calm, even if they are under 1 cap of disadvantage. And it goes to show the experience displayed by LOCA. LOCA has been around here for quite some time. I mean, with this team as well. I mean, I think we saw this team for the first time back in 2021 spring, if I remember correctly. But certainly these players have been around in this game, playing Clan Wars for a really, really long time. So definitely,
they're vastly experienced.
Yeah,
vastly experienced.
Yep, you can't underestimate these guys here. Right. So it seems someone has gone toxic in the chat and says something bad about LOCA, but I digress. We'll go back to Rockfield. Second match, LOCA currently leading 1-0. Checking the score line, it's correct scoreboard, I mean. Let's go.
Well, First Alliance will be looking to sort of find them, reevaluate what they're doing here. Not the same as some of the games that they played earlier against some of the big boys, the Joneses, the GS, and Serenity. Jones, LOCA is a vastly different type of opponent. They're all different, and First Alliance have got to collect themselves again and realize, well, what is the Achilles heel of LOCA? And they haven't found it yet.
Yeah, and First Alliance insists on 2 T100 LTs, and that is part of the downfall last time, but can they bring it back this time? Oh, both of them misses their shots or just bounces their shots, so no damage been taken from both teams so far.
I'll tell you, this positioning for LOCA is they've poised for both A and C, and hoping to try and get cross shots. There you go, Lannister is with a boost.
Oh yeah, I completely missed that here. We can follow that. He has a lot of overview over to A, B, and C. We completely missed how they did that, but certainly LOCA hasn't been able to get a cap yet, so at least LOCA has the advantage, but this is not an invincible position. They need their teammates to work together to kind of bring this position to fruition. Well, I think that's the wrong phrase for that, but yeah, trying to make it work. But Yasuotastic gets absolutely smacked here.
Well, he's being smacked from Lannister right over this boost position. That's who's farming at the moment. He's farming Jaseo and Unitas. There goes another shot in. That one didn't connect. But he's got a good view of almost the entire map from here.
Yep. And LOCA will get a cap lead, and we will be seeing Vanitastic. Oh, we could see a push coming in onto C. They're trying to get lane next. I don't think that's part of the plan of First Alliance. Lane next down to 1,000 hit points. All bounced from Fantastic. Oh, that's really hurtful.
Oh, Lanex has got to get into safety.
Yeah.
Fantastic will be looking to load and try and chase him down. Fantastic and Morosi are looking to pincer. I can come back anytime.
Finn with the big shot. I can come back anytime. Totally expected. I think LOCA issued a signal onto that tank. They heeded that call, and there was a big shot. Yasuotastic's reload. Hit points are neck and neck. First Alliance looking to get a push on A. This can go either way, and it means that Yasuotastic has to hold there long enough. Big shot from Alina Gray.
Down goes Lanex. But down goes Jaseo as well. And now off the perch, Lannister has had to that perch.
Oh,
ammo rack! And a big ammo rack at that. That was a huge ammo rack.
Yeah,
was huge.
I completely captured that. So wow, I completely captured that moment here. So I think we will see quite a lot of memes tonight about that shot. But anyway, like First Alliance is trying to push onto A, but it seems to fall apart. LOCA really buying so much time, and like Cycle is dead, LOCA prevailing, and the Linda Gray is going to go down. They're going to make counter push now. Oh, First Alliance, they got completely countered this time in this match.
Yeah, I mean, Strasny was by no means full health, but he was near his damage. I think it was about 2,200 that I know.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Which is significant. I mean, that is significant.
Yeah,
it's
now,
almost a full health ammo rack.
true. LOCA is now closing in onto those T100 LTs. I can come back anytime now. One shot. The M60, one of them killed that off. It will be fantastic doing that job. Lannister will be removed by LOCA's forces. 2-0 for LOCA. Wow. This is astonishing.
Wow, it's a 60 TP. High risk, high reward. But yeah, he did 0 damage, so it was he'd already had one shot put into him, but it was nearest damage a full health ammo rack.
Yeah, stop guessing now. I forgot to announce the stop guessing now, and we can see LOCA 5 tanks doing more than 2k, and First Alliance only 2 tanks doing more than 2k. This time the T100 LTs did more damage. However, the 60 TPs are pretty much muted, especially for Strasny, getting almost full health ammo racks. That pretty much inspired LOCA to kind of, continue their momentum. If not for their ammo rack, I think it would have gone a lot closer, but still LOCA has done all the right things with catching First Alliance off guard on C and really pushing the line back really well on A. I really like to see.
No, I think you're right. I think, the ammo rack is detrimental, but I don't think it would have changed the outcome of the game. I think LOCA would have still won that. They had the momentum. They had Strasny caught up there anyway in a crossfire. There were 2 Yos on him, and he was going to go down eventually. He just went down a lot quicker. That was all. But I think LOCA would have still had the momentum and the advantage in any event.
Yeah, I agree with you. We're switching onto Blackgoneville. This is kind of similar to Rockfield, but potentially it could be even better for First Alliance for those light tanks. However, there comes a trade-off. Is that this map it's even more open than Rockfield. That could favor LOCA in a way that they could get different angles to get a crossfire in. EU server is known for working the angles really well and in a really good positions and stopping rushes, so we will see who is going to prevail.
Well, Black Goldville was always an interesting map on the tournament circuit. And you can see here that T100 LTs doubled up both sides. Mobility all the way. Followed by a shed load of heavies.
Yeah, we are in for another great match. And do remember there is a 5 minutes of stream delay here, so they don't know what positions LOCA or First Alliance is going to take. Definitely not the tanks before they get into the battle, so they won't be able to get this information from watching the stream. If that kind of answers some of your questions here. We're following Anya Toxic at the moment. Going into mid though, Lannister is there to get the spots in. But I'm not sure if they spotted the T100 LTs already, but did we see some shots already?
Yeah, Jaseo and Pep just getting tagged a little bit there as they were moving into their positions.
Right. I think we are seeing some. I think Lanax trying to put a shot into Fantastic, but it doesn't seem to succeed. This is going to be interesting. I can come back anytime. Big shot into Fantastic. Fantastic's trying to run away. He takes another big hit. Hip was in huge favor of First Alliance now.
Yeah, Fantastic is got to get to safety. But now the 60 TPs are pushing of Unitastic leading that charge towards Ollivander area.
I'm really not sure what LOCA's trying to achieve here. I think they're going to go for a gamble here where they're trying to make a push onto these holding tanks, but they are in good positions. I don't think they are going to succeed in doing so. They also lost speed, so they don't have the cap lead. Maybe they're trying to push the line up to try to get B. Oh my lord! Big shots onto Lannister. A huge mistake from Lannister, I have to say. Shouldn't have done that move, I think.
No, I mean, LOCA now dropping into that B cap, and they're looking to consolidate, but they are getting bled a little bit here. I mean, effectively a one-shot, supposed to head is out there.
Bounce from Uni onto Ollivander here. Yasitas is dead.
There it goes down. Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, now First Alliance now pushing onto the B side. Unitas is quite low. Ollivander, great shot onto Unitas, and Lanex is also getting the focus. LOCA needs that focus fire now. They are under a strong hit point pool deficit, so this is going to be important. Their focus fire needs to come through. The First Alliance, they hit point push it really nicely with Unitas now dead. I don't think LOCA is going to win this one.
No, they're 3 tanks down deficit. I mean, they get 3 tanks on the other side, and I can't see where they're going to get it. There's one though, but they do lose Finn at the same time. So it's 3 against 6. It's probably a game too far for them, I think. Now it's 2 against too many.
True. And Sanasni is trying to run away. Now down to our one shot. It will be killed by Fantastic, but First Alliance has more than 800 cap points, 2 caps. Fantastic down to 1 shot, and it's pretty much over for LOCA. First Alliance brought it back to 2-1.
Yeah, that was good play by First Alliance. Some of what LOCA were doing, they used their lights to maximum effect, shoving in Lannister there to get those early spots and getting those early cross shots over, able to then try and understand what LOCA's overall game plan was, and then they reacted accordingly. So well played, First Alliance.
Yeah, I mean, we can see First Alliance this time, most of the tanks are effective. Pretty much, you can see the spread of damage pretty equal, and that's a good sign that the team is working together very well. I always like to see teams having an equal spread amount of damage. That is an indication that every tank is important in this match. I would rather see that happening other than, you know, a particular player doing like a lot of damage.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And LOCA, only 1 tank doing more than 2k, and LOCA, I think they bled a little bit too much at the start, and that really didn't help them. I think their push, their pressure movement was kind of key. I don't know what word to better describe. It was kind of risky because those 60 TPs are in the middle, are in quite an exposed position, prone to crossfire. So I think LOCA kind of got into positions in haste, or I don't know. They just didn't really calculate that well.
Look at LOCA's lineup. Finn, Moroz, and Vent, but look at what Moroz is in.
Right. Ross is in Vickers Light. Oh, this is unexpected. What would they do in the Vickers Light? And they're going for triple light tanks. Very mobile.
Triple
Indeed.
light, 2 IS-7s and 2 60 TPs. What could they be looking at there? Is that going to be? That's going to be a fast cap somewhere, followed by one of them going into the middle to do the spots. That's got to be their game plan.
Yep. And let's see. This is going to be interesting. First Alliance will get more hit points than LOCA, obviously, because they have 1 more heavy tank. I don't know. This is really risky strategy, but Black Gilby, as I said, very broad, very open, could be good for medium and light tanks, but they have to trade a lot better than First Alliance. This is something they need to do.
No, it looks like Moroz is going to try and get the spots in. Uni is belting it down there towards that B cap. Moroz is there as well, trying to get the spots in. And the LTs are going for the fast cap on. Yeah, that was what I expected them to do. They are using their mobility to put First Alliance under pressure. Those LTs will now be able to rotate straight out of there and hightail it towards the C cap.
Ooh. I also like what LOCA was trying to achieve there. They completely spotted what First Alliance was trying to go, where they were trying to go for. So I think this is a huge advantage for them. They need to make use of that and get their shots in. Ooh, big shots to Alina Grey. I think that was a bit too ambitious from Alina Grey, but LOCA still has to hit on Pulley, so it's not over yet for them.
Yeah, I mean, Unitastic there was baiting Elena Gray. Elena Gray not realizing Anya Pep were just behind him.
Unitastic's now really low. I think this, the position that Unitastic is trying to take seems to have backfired a bit. And now Ross also taking a hit. It seems LOCA is dropping a lot of hit points now. And yeah, they're not in good positions, I have to say.
No, they're not, but now we got Vent jumping into the C cap, pushing the two lights of First Alliance out of the way. They're going to join up and try and get some support at the top of the map. Shiseo's got to get out there. He's going to be pushed heavily.
Right. Really, LOCA, all they need to do is get their crossfire in. The First Alliance is getting really aggressive on A. We can lose Yasuo really quickly. Ross is now quite low. Alina Grey finally kills Unitastic, but would that be a little bit too late? The T100 LTs have come in. The Light Tanks come in to get Alina Grey out of the match. Obviously, that Vickers Light have to go back because he is pretty low. And wow, this is going to be really close again.
Oh, Pep and Joseo all down in next to no time, but so is like Psycho and Elena Gray.
Right.
At the moment, LOCA do have the points advantage.
True. But Strauss is not quite low. It's now queued. It's now 5 versus 3. Fantastic has a lot of responsibility on his hands. Fantastic. They don't want to bump into one another. Big shot from Strauss onto Fantastic here. Ross Tastic's now dead. It's now 5 versus 2 against too many now.
It's all over. I mean,
yeah.
They only had luck against heavies. They lost their heavies early door. And that was always going to be the danger for LOCA with taking those 3 lights.
Yeah, I don't believe it's the problem with the 3 lights. The problem with the positions of the heavies, especially Unitastic, very aggressive, but not really well supported. That was the problem here, and that meant their kind of the defense on A was pretty weak and frail. And that First Alliance completely read what's going on, despite getting outspotted by these light tanks. So I think LOCA needs to kind of figure out how to get that over. I mean, the positioning for those heavies is what they need to do. I think they have a really good strat. Just they need to sort out that the positioning of those heavy tanks.
No, I think you read that completely correctly. Basically, First Alliance reacted better to what was happening on the ground. They could see, and I don't know if it was Unitastic's plan to go to where he was, or it was just overpush, or miscommunication, or he was told to wait for the 60 TPs to get into their positions. I don't know, but you're right. He didn't have the support that he really needed. They were a bit too far back, and when it by the time the support got into there, the rest of First Alliance were up there, and they were able to push down, and they took out Peptastic, Joseo-tastic, and Unitastic. Double quick time.
Right. So LOCA knows they can't really win when they take a lot of light, so they revert back to what they did on Rockfield, taking a lot of heavies on Faust, especially its Faust, which could be good for these tanks, but First Alliance will prevail with double light tanks with come back anytime, and Lannister quadruple 60 TPs and then M60. So another interesting match again.
Sticking with that Vickers Light though, with some rolls.
Yup. They do really like that Vickers Light.
Well, it's interesting because we were saying earlier, I mean, still sticking with it. It clearly still is part of the meta.
Yes, but I think I didn't see any Vickers Light on the Apex server. So at least for most clans, Vickers Light seems to have gone obsolete, but maybe not LOCA. Maybe they are still seeing something inside Vickers Light that is still worth taking. Maybe because of the breadth of the tank. The T100 LT is wider, but Vickers Light is thinner. Maybe this is why they want to take the Vickers Light, just because, just so that they can capture the bases a bit more easily.
Potentially. But that just made me giggle a little bit when you didn't see any Vickers. And it's like, I haven't seen any Cranwagons on you. I've seen Cranwagons on APAC, though.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, what more can I say? Right, so with D being captured first, LOCA with the cap point advantage, not the hit point advantage. First Alliance has a slight inherent advantage there, but it's just only one shot away for LOCA to flip that into their favor. So really, both teams don't want to lose unnecessary hit points.
And you can see here the way that LOCA has stacked up the unit tanks. They're expecting those light tanks to come hurtling around that A cap at some stage. Moroz, however, is thinking, what about the B cap? So he's having a look in the little bush.
Yep.
Which is a great little position to be in, to be honest with you.
But we could see potentially LOCA lining up for a push onto A, and I think the push will commence. The first Alliance light tanks will run away. That will elicit a response potentially from First Alliance to push onto D. That's exactly what I thought here. Fantastic has a huge task on their hands. Can they hold here long enough? Oh, bounce for Lanex.
Anya, Jaseo, and Pepper to try and help out and relieve that pressure point.
Oh, I think there were bounces on... Yeah, that was really painful, but LOCA unable to get the crossfire into those tanks that are pushing onto D. Oh, they're losing some more hit points, unfortunately.
What a great move by Strasny. I mean, look at that. He's pushed down there. He put a big roll into Fantastic, and now he's in B cap. Completely under the eye.
Lannister got absolutely smacked by the crossfire of LOCA. They know those T100 LTs are really dangerous. They don't want those tanks to do any significant damage. Yeah, we also see a Fantastic removed from the battlefield as well. LOCA, can they hold D? This is going to be really important. It relies on the individual skills as well. Fantastic's the focus for First Alliance, but Fantastic got Ollivander. That's going to be really crucial, but he's on fire. Oh dear.
Oh, yeah, but Strasny here is also in a...
Black says Yasio-tastic, but they have more hit points, so that could only be good news for them. They also killed one light tank, so that is even better news. Strasny's now down to one shot. Moroz-tastic's now really low. Lanex. Oh, it was a great shot on your tastic.
Uni will finish Strasny off. There we go.
Yes. It is now 4 versus 4. Hit points actually in favor of First Alliance, and Moroz-tastic is killed. That is big.
And don't forget, First Alliance have got all those bases. And they've still got that T100. It was going to be a real pain.
Yeah, Onyatastic now down to one shot. I can come back anytime. Looking to get that shot into Onyatastic now down to one shot. First Alliance now more than 800 cap points of margin. And with Onyatastic dead, Lanex now dead, 2 versus 3. Unitastic's now pretty much surrounded by the First Alliance tanks. First Alliance might have their first victory, no, the first time leading LOCA tonight, and will get a match point now.
I don't think Jaseo can do anything about it. He knows he can't answer against him, and there is nothing that he can do.
No. Great comeback from First Alliance to LOCA. I think kind of lacked lacked kind of concentration on the other side. I think First Alliance didn't get phased at all. They held their breath and they kept on focusing tanks down, capitalized on a couple of bounces from LOCA, and it was once again really close games. And First Alliance are on the match point now. On a really good form, we will have to see who is going to win the next one.
Yeah, I mean, I think you called it. I mean, the Audi suckering the LOCA tanks over there, and as soon as they suckered them, that gave the go-ahead for the big lumbering heavies to push onto that D cap.
I mean,
it was fantastic. And Strasny going into B, just brilliant. He did it completely unseen, and he managed to get some great shots into poor old Fantastic at the same time.
Right, so I think LOCA, I don't know, I think they were unable to punish the tanks trying to cross over to D, and I think that gave First Alliance quite an advantage there. We could potentially see another tiebreaker, but definitely LOCA, this is all or nothing. They really need to win that match. Now, can they do it? They have 2 really strong matches at the start, but First Alliance has come back to haunt them, and they could be condemned into 4th place if they let their guard down in this match.
Yeah, and if First Alliance win this next match, that is another big scalp that they've taken.
Yep. So under 10 minutes to go, First Alliance continuing the double T100 LTs. It seems to have worked really well for them. Really like how mobile these teams are, continually causing a lot of disturbance towards LOCA's team. And I don't know, this, I don't want to see what's going to how this is going to propagate. Really, I do think it's going to be another close one.
Yeah, I mean, LOCA have got to dig deep here. It's no questions about it. They've got to win this. This is a must-win game for LOCA.
Yeah, potentially a double T100 LTs could add A, because no one's going there. What is I don't know. What does LOCA have in mind with this lineup? Are they going to go for a big push?
They're going for a big push. C and D. They're going to look to take the battle to those heavies. Is what they're looking to do. And
First
you can see that.
Ooh, bounce from like Psycho onto Uni there. Oh, took a hit from Slasny, but Uni is going straight down today though. And that is interesting.
Yeah, he can see that they're not capping. They're up high on the ramp, and now the rest of LOCA are coming up on the ramps while he is down there. So LOCA are looking to catch the heavies off guard here.
Yes, but at the same time, we are looking at I can come back anytime. Those light tanks are coming to the backside of LOCA already. That could be big. Oh, big shots. I can come back anytime. They caught those T100 LTs there.
Well,
I don't know.
That's
this is
why
going
Roz
to
and Finn are still there. Stop
Mhm.
that flanking maneuver.
Yep. And LOCA, those heavy tanks have to hold nicely. Unitas have to stay alive. Ooh, this could be really tense, really close.
But LOCA have got the slight edge at the moment with the base points. They don't have. They've lost a lot of hit points, but now I can come back anytime has lost even more.
Yep, Unitastic. Oh, there is something coming from his left side. Strauss is trying to get Unitastic out of the way. He needs help, definitely. He needs that shot in. It's a bounce. And Strauss will kill.
He goes.
Yeah. On the other hand, I can come back anytime is now dead, so now only one light tank remaining alive. LOCA 6 versus 6, Headpoint still neck and neck. Now First Alliance coming for a push. They need to get they need to find which tank to go for first. I think they are looking for Strasny first, but Strasny is pulling back. Great idea here. First Alliance could potentially get this one though. I don't know. They need their focus fire. LOCA really bouncing shots again. I don't know. This is going to be really tense again.
Well, it's all lined up for a heavy bash. But like Psycho could go down here. Mirage be able to get one right into the end. Tailpipe. Fantastic goes down first. Can Mirage get like Psycho out the game? He needs a high roll. There we go.
Yeah, Lanex is now down to one shot. He
Lanex is gone. LOCA have got the advantage here.
This is so close. I don't know. This is Dog's dinner all over the place. Anya Tastic's now very low. But Strasny's also one shot. Oh my god, what happened?
Strasny here. He's going to go down and down. Firm advantage goes over to LOCA.
I can't believe this. Really, I can't believe this because it seems to go really well for gone really well for First Alliance. They shared hit was really well, but for some reason, First Alliance, their focus file went off, and LOCA capitalized on that.
Yeah, they bounced too many, to be honest, and that is a great shot into Ollivander, last man standing, but this is for LOCA. It is a decider. It's a tiebreaker.
Yeah. Wow, we are truly blessed by the games we're seeing tonight. It's another tiebreaker. Can LOCA do this? First Alliance, very, very close again. I really liked how they push, but really, I don't know what really happened. As you said, maybe the bounces have played a huge role, but LOCA also had a couple of major bounces.
They did.
Yeah.
But this time, as you saw, I mean, LOCA battled to First Alliance and stopped First Alliance from being as aggressive as they like to be. And LOCA, when they are able to, I've noticed when teams are able to control the map against First Alliance, First Alliance seems to struggle a little bit more.
Yep, and I mean, LOCA, they know the agenda. They keep on containing those light tanks, and now, as you see, I can come back anytime, did 0 damage. So that's a sign that they have contained those light tanks really well, while being able to overcome the heavies on the other side. So
well, it was genius. That is a genius move by LOCA, leaving those two nearest damage in their spawn. To stop any flank from those light tanks, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, not just that. There is some crossfire coming from the other side as well. I think Unitas put a shot into one of the light tanks too. So obviously, LOCA foresee those light tanks to flank Britain behind, and they completely counter that. And we are now onto Yukon 3-3. Who will win this tiebreaker? Is it going to be LOCA, or is it going to be First Alliance?
Again, it's a must-win, but this time it's a must-win for both of them.
Yeah, it will be both of them. Okay, yes. So I'm going to update this line. I'm paying a lot, but anyhow, well done to LOCA, and I don't know what to expect here. For the first time tonight, I think, or at least for this matchup, First Alliance has dropped their one of their T100 LTs. Lannister be the sole T100 LT player here. I think I could come back anytime. It's now playing in the 60 TP.
It's going to be an interesting one between Moroz in that Vickers and Lannister in that.
Yep. Tiebreaker, Unicorn. First Alliance versus LOCA. Amazing. Showstopper. What more to add?
I mean, this is fighting. To be fair, again.
And I mean, this time LOCA went for the light tank, Ross Tastic in the Vickers Light. I'm not sure if they won their Rockfield matches with no light tanks. I believe they have taken some light tanks, but whatever. If they take a light tank, there is a chance. I don't know. I mean, they have a less chance of winning. I don't know. I just can't remember exactly, but we follow Ross Tastic going into the southwestern corner. Kind of what in randoms you might foresee those light tanks, the light or medium tanks to go.
Well, I think they were expecting Lannister to be heading that direction,
And
and Lannister cap C. And look at this, the IS-7s maybe flank round and catch out Fantastic here.
First Alliance has rushed into no man's land. LOCA completely welcoming First Alliance to make that push, but they also receive some hits and can't put a lot of shots onto First Alliance here. I don't know. Hit points are still in favor of First Alliance by more than 1,000 hit points, so that can be really important. LOCA, can they hold this ground? Lannister coming from behind could put a lot of good shots. Oh, Unitas to get absolutely smashed right there on the spot. And First Alliance to try to get First Tastic out of the way. This is going to be crucial. They need their focus fire to come through, and Lina Grey is the focus for LOCA here.
So Tastic needs to get safe. He's got to be careful here. He wasn't safe.
No, he wasn't.
However, we got Anya, and we've got Pep, and we got Finn looking. Oh! Down goes Pep. That was a big kill by Strasny.
Yep. And then the Grey needs to land a shot onto Ross Tastic. It's a kill. Oh my goodness me. Fire, Ross Tastic. It's killed by fire. Oh no, First Alliance. I think they got this. I think they got this in the back now. I don't know. I might jinx them, but
Fantastic needs to take out Alivan, but they've lost so many tanks here. Anya Tastic is now losing hit points. I mean, it's level pegging. Well, no, it's not now. It's 3 against 4. Hit points are firmly in favor of First Alliance here. This is a big scalp. This is a big scalp. And Fantastic will be the focus here. You can see the guns being trained. Lannister goes down, but it's just under 3,000 HP against just under 5,000. It's a little bit too much here to think about it.
Yep.
Fantastic is on his long reload. He can't really do anything to help poor old Finn there.
Yeah, and the
missing
bounce.
his first shot.
No, LOCA will be out of the tournament, getting the 4th place. First Alliance is through, and will be at least securing the money prize here tonight. Well done to First Alliance and LOCA. Sadly, we have to say goodbye, but they showed some amazing matches here against First Alliance.
Absolutely. I mean, but another big scalp going to the First Alliance guys.
Yeah.
They took the scalp of Jones, they took the scalp of ZGS, and now they've taken the scalp of LOCA. And the only team who have hurt them recently is Serenity.
3 times on a tiebreaker. 3 times. So Serenity is definitely First Alliance's nemesis.
Achilles heel, absolutely.
Yeah. Looking at this, First Alliance 5 tanks 312k, LOCA 2 tanks 312k. I think LOCA wasn't able to bleed First Alliance a lot at the start. I think that made all the difference here. And yeah, I don't know. It was heartbreaking for LOCA, and First Alliance, under no expectations, they are now at least will be taking the 3rd place, and we will have Onyatartic coming into the interview soon. I'll just get him over very quickly. Thank you for the moderators for the hard work tonight. Can't thank you more enough for the good work that you've done for the Battle Pass giveaway. Do take a good rest, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow back on APAC server and then the EU server. So let me just get on your right. So, I'm going to see the chat here. There are no bonus codes on this stream. Oh, I heard that the stream is lagging for some people. That's not good. Oh, unfortunately, Anya doesn't feel like he is in the mood for this. So,
well,
yeah,
that's not surprising. I mean, they'd be pretty gutted after that, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. You know, you can't. It's absolutely soul destroying when you lose. When you lose in that manner, it's soul destroying across the board.
Very true indeed. And well, what can I say? Our top 3, I think, hugely unexpected will be Serenity, Immortals, and First Alliance. I think this will be a first time for all these 3 teams to get into top 2, should they be able to do so. First time.
Yeah, I mean, Serenity have been close before. But this is the first time First Alliance, and Immortal have been close before as well. I'm talking about recently. I'm not talking about historically.
Yeah.
So you know, it's. This is going to be controversial. I like seeing a bit of shake-up in the tournaments. It's you know, for not just for the viewers as well, because you know, some people have said to me, point of watching, Endgame are going to win, LOCA are going to come 2nd or 3rd, Jones is going to come 2nd or 3rd, Raid are going to come 3rd or 4th, blah blah blah. Well, none of those are going to come 2nd and 3rd, or 3rd and 4th. Well, LOCA's 4th, but none of those are 2nd or 1st. You know, those 4 teams I've just mentioned are not in; they're out. Raid went out, Endgame out, LOCA out, Jones out. These are the top 4 on EU normally, and they've gone. That's it. Oof. So when you look at it from that side of it, it's an interesting tournament. it shakes it up a bit. It really does. Now, there's a lot of people out there who are not particularly happy with First Alliance because there's a lot of CIS players. They may live in the CIS, but they're playing on EU accounts, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with us as EU players creating accounts on the CIS server and putting in a team. So, I've never understood that side of it. It's just the way it is. If they're good enough to play, they're good enough to play. It doesn't matter where they are, to be honest with you. I mean, I know guys on the NA.
Ooh. The chat has gone a bit nasty here. I think the mod's going to have a...
Where?
the YouTube chat. I don't know, I think the moderators might have a bit of a hard time now. I hope it's not going to spiral down into war, not wars, but word fights between both parties. Hope that's not going to happen, but hopefully it will be contained.
Let me just answer that, because I've just seen that. People are saying about, are you server better? They haven't won yet. Let me put it that way. And they're in the lower bracket, First Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody can turn around and say, this is obviously better than this. Everybody is equal. Okay, all the servers have got all their good points and bad points.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that. And Serenity turned over First Alliance earlier in spectacular style.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Does that mean that all of a sudden the EU server is better than the CIS server? Of course it doesn't. I mean, they're pretty equal guys. No, you can't say things like that. So calm down out there, people. Calm down.
Yeah, calm. Also, like, both servers have apparently different playstyles. I mean, CIS is a lot more brawly. A lot of the matches are really focused on their individual skills. So that's something that I know, that I see from them. But EU server is a lot more tactical. Looks more into positioning, getting the crossfire, trying to play the clever game here, and trying to kind of mute their brilliance with their individual skills. I think to some extent for the APAC server as well, and I'm not sure if it has changed on the NA server, but this is pretty much similar to NA server as well. Again, trying to get into good positions for farming, and they're trying to get a crossfire, and rarely do I think all these three servers we are seeing here rely solely on their individual skills. It really relies on good teamwork and good movement and so on. But that doesn't mean CIS server has no good strategies. They are still very tactical. We saw 7-star dominating over G game Hochigan team in the autumn season with some amazing movement and also their teamwork, focus fire. So CIS server is not down to just individual skills. They also have some amazing movement. And I think this is also why CIS server is among the best servers in this game.
The thing is, you have to look at it from a bigger...
Mm-hmm.
The CIS server is got 120,000 people playing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's got a wider pool of selection. It's like almost triple what the EU server has got. The EU server has got almost triple what the NA server has got, and the NA server has got almost double what, almost double what APAC have got. So, when you've got smaller pool of players, then everything is different. But I think each server brings its own quirks to the table. As you said, I mean, CIS they do employ strats, but it is very brawly. It's very aggressive. It's very in your face. Take the battle, bang.
Mm-hmm.
EU is very much. It's a lot calmer, I think. In it's more strategic play, is what they play on EU. I haven't seen NA for a while, so I can no longer comment on NA. And APAC is a mixture of both. There's some clans out there that do a lot of strategic thinking, and some clans out there that are very boom, we're just going to be in your face. And so there's a mix. And I think it's just the way it plays on individual servers. And when you've got so many people on the RU server in the random matches and in the quick tournaments, etc., 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 you're going to get an aggressive, brawly type of gameplay.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that one server is better than the other. And for all you detractors, we won't know if this server is better than that server because we haven't had an offline for 2 years. Okay, simple.
I'm not sure if the first alliance is from Ukraine. I can't confirm this, but I don't know.
Say again, sorry?
No, I don't know what Chipotle is saying in tournaments channel on the official server. What has Ukraine to do with first alliance?
No, don't go there. Don't go there. I know where. Don't go there.
Oh yeah, I mean, considering the events happening at the moment, it's very political.
That's why don't go there.
Yeah. Sorry, Ukrainian guys. I don't know if I should say something about this, but yeah, don't want to go too political. But understand the situation that you're in. So wish you all the best. That's why the most I could say this.
Well, I mean, the tournament's not finished yet. It's still going.
Right, so let me get into the Excel sheet and see if I can get the winners. I will check the winners, and it will be announced in no time. There are 20 winners, so please bear with me as I kind of quickly check whether there are duplicates on other days. It will load a bit slower, but I'll close the game to kind of speed things up a little bit while I get some stuff in some containers. Yeah, it's loading a bit slow, but closing the game definitely helps speed things up a little bit. I need to go to 23rd. Right. Right, so we kind of have the entire list. We only have 10 entries for the first for the first round. I don't know. Let me see if there are duplicates. I know I have a lot of Asia winners, so I do have to check. I do have some Asian people coming in to put guesses. But yeah, well, I'll check for now. So don't know. What do you expect tomorrow?
I expect a hard game between. To be honest with you, I expect a really tough game there. I haven't seen Immor. I've seen Serenity, obviously, today. I haven't seen Immor, so I'll be interested to see how they're playing. It looks like they're playing incredibly well, incredibly focused. I mean, let's not forget they turned over LOCA 4-1 earlier, which takes some doing. So that's going to be a hard battle. And I think the First Alliance, they've been riding high on a crest of the wave. But, I mean, let's be honest. If Immor turned over LOCA 4-1, LOCA are therefore not firing on all their four. Okay. So we can't take much out of that. You know, First Alliance turning them over. Serenity did beat First Alliance. They seem to have it down. So whoever wins that matchup tomorrow, Immor and Serenity, First Alliance are going to have a tough game. Whoever wins, whoever they are facing, and that's going to be a good thing. It is going to be a good thing. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see that Im or Serenity game. Because whoever loses that, if it's Serenity, well, they've turned over First Alliance more. If it's Imor, well, Imor have been playing very well. So First Alliance are in for a hard job tomorrow, no doubt. What are the maps, actually? I don't even know. I've forgotten what the maps are for the game. But the maps are important as well. And let me just open the game back up. Because, you know, there are clearly some clans in all teams. There are some maps that they like and some maps that they don't like. And it'd be interesting to see what the map selection is. I mean, clearly Black Goldville is a map that First Alliance was liking. Tomorrow, however, the map selection is Desert Sands, Port Bay, Dynasty's Pearl, and New Bay. So that's tomorrow. So that's going to be interesting.
Right.
And then obviously we've got the grand final, which is the Oasis Palms Vineyards, etc., etc. But tomorrow, lower bracket final, Desert Sands, Port Bay, Dynasty's Pearl, New Bay. Now, they played well on they played well on Port Bay First Alliance against Jones. Not so great on Desert Sands. They played. Jones made a couple of mistakes on Dynasty's Pearl, but again, they didn't play that one particularly well either. So it's all up in the air. And I at this rate, judging on, I haven't seen Imor, but what I've seen with regards to Serenity, I think it's going to be those two in the final. That's my gut feeling.
Which ones are you predicting?
For the grand final, for the big final, I
Right.
think it's going to. I think it's going to be. It's on the 25th. It's going to be. I'm sorry, the 25th. Yeah, because I see this is where it all changes for me because I'm already in the 24th. So the canal. It's Canal Middleburg Alpenstein tomorrow for the upper bracket. That's for Imor and Serenity.
Right.
And then the lower bracket is Desert Sands, Port Bay, Dynasty's New Bay. But I'm predicting that the main grand final, I think, will be Imor in Serenity, I think.
Right. I don't know. I have a feeling it will be Serenity and First Alliance based on how strong their individual skills are and how well they kind of push together. Do you think the strategic part of their part is weaker? But I haven't really seen a lot of games of Immortals. But Immortals knocked out Endgame, and they knocked out LOCA by a bigger margin. Bigger margin as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, because I haven't seen Imor play. I've spoken to. He said, "Well, there were a couple of mistakes made by Endgame." But notwithstanding the mistakes made by Endgame, Imor still had to capitalize on those mistakes.
Yeah.
So, Imor have taken some big scalps. So I haven't seen them play personally, but judging on their performance, taking out the likes of Endgame, and look, Imor's long in the tooth. They've been on the EU tournament circuit a long time, and trust me, when you're going into a game against Endgame and you're on the tournament circuit, you're a little bit nervous. Okay,
right.
So Imor would have been a little bit. It's the same with LOCA. You go in against LOCA, you're a little bit nervous because it's LOCA. And again, Imor turned them over. So Imor, whilst I haven't seen them, they've obviously got a good team there.
Yep.
And they've obviously got a winning formula. So I'm still thinking it's going to be Serenity and Imor. Not taking anything away from First Alliance, but I think these teams are going to be looking at the way First Alliance are playing over the last couple of days. And they're gonna review the footage because the footage is there via the streams, and they're going to be able to close them down. And I think the First Alliance will come unstuck in that respect.
I agree with you on that. I'm not sure if First Alliance check out streams, but apparently there are some fans or maybe even people from First Alliance that are in the stream and watching the game. So I suppose they know that these streams are there. So they could also, as you said, do homework just like Immortal did. So yeah, I would have to say it will be a big one to watch, and I don't really know. It's going to be tough either way. It's going to be really tough. I think either one of the clan could get knocked out if they have a bad day tomorrow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right, so I have the winners there. I had a quick glance. I don't seem to find any duplicates, so I'm going to announce the winners here now. So congratulations to I'm Stuck, Strike, Monstro, PS, XYZ, Adam, Zero, IO, Savory, Innocent. Well, there are two I'm Stuck, so please bear with me. So we have two I'm Stuck, so I'm going to remove, so I'm going to allocate that to someone else then. Apologies for that. So that will go to Venality instead, so congratulations. Okay, so we have Zero once again. So Zero have won it twice, so I'm going to give it to someone else in the list. So that goes to Monstro, which has already won the Battle Pass previously. And Strike as well. So no for you. So we're left with the American, which hasn't won any Battle Pass, so this will go to you. Congratulations. And then we have Aardvark, another duplicate, which I have to remove sadly. On the Edge has not entered in the first for the first time. On the first time, Vlahovic has won another duplicate with PS. Derpy has won. Bobby has won, and Account has won. So let me just draw some of the winners from yesterday's stream. Then, well, I mean yesterday's stream for the comments. Probably I will find someone, and I have another winner, which I can go for, which is Pluxy. Congratulations. So I'm just going to draw one more very quickly, and yeah, I'm just going to get my comment picker, and I'm just going to find that unlisted video. I have to make sure it's a comment that is before the stream ends, so I will have to filter that kind of manually. The next match will begin tomorrow night at the same time as the stream starts, pretty much.
But there's only one game tomorrow, I believe, isn't?
Yeah, there's only one fixture to follow tomorrow. All right. Newest first. Let me. Okay. Alright, so we can draw. Let me see if I can change to the screen. We still have one more to go, so please bear with us for now. Let me just go to studio mode, and let me just change this. Oh, the screen is there, so brilliant. Okay, let me now change to this overlay. Let's continue to draw the which one will win. Who will win the final spot in the giveaway? I have to double check it is different. No, you have one battle pass today, so it's not going to be you. And another one will be Neko. Oh, let me double check if you have one today. Yesterday. Let me find it. And you haven't won a battle pass yesterday, and now I'm going to check my list to confirm that. Yes, I can announce that you have won a battle pass. Congratulations to Nakapon. Right, so finally, the list, Nakapon and Dan on the edge, Vlahovic, Ploxy, Derpy, and also Bobby and Account, and the list is now finalized, as you can see here. Ta-da! These are the winners for tonight's Battle Pass winners. We will be giving away 20 Battle Passes again tomorrow, and 10 more Battle Passes on the Apex stream. So if you haven't entered the giveaway, these are your chances to do so. And for now, this has been us, co-commentating Fujit and I, One's helper, in Money Blaster Final Stage Day 1. Tomorrow, Immortals versus Serenity, one of them will get at least top two on the EU server, and one of them will join First Alliance in the lower bracket final. So for now, thank you very much. I'll see you soon tomorrow. Goodbye. And